Right, good morning. What we're going to do now is we are going to just run through all of the things we have learnt and then talk about the key things about how to sort out your files, what format to use, how to upload to OneDrive, how to name your files, how to open files in Photoshop, and all the basics. First of all, remember that your files need to be JPEGs. You can see these files here I've put on, which are all JPEGs apart from this one, which is a Photoshop file. You need to make sure you go into your phone settings and change your phone settings from high efficiency to most compatible. That will allow Photoshop and PowerPoint to see your images. How do you upload your files? Well, you go to the school OneDrive on your phone and you log in. You log into school website. You log onto OneDrive and you find your OneDrive. You find three little dots where it goes upload, and then you press upload. Look for files, and then files should take you to your photos on your phone, and you tick the ones you want to upload. When you're naming files, obviously first of all you would probably upload or open one file in particular. So if I say take this one, this file is called something like something sort of random that your phone calls it. So this one there is, I'm opening this. Don't worry about the grid for the moment, I'll get rid of that. There we are. So we've got this one here. When I go to save that, after I've edited it, sometimes it's a good idea to, before you even start, is to change the name of it. So if you accidentally press save, you haven't saved your edit over this particular image. So I'm going to go File, Save As, and I'm not going to change this. I'm going to change it just after the last letter or number, before it says .jpeg. .jpeg is the file format. So I'm going to call it this one, Edit 1. Now hopefully I haven't got one already called Edit 1. Looks like I have. So I might have to call it Edit 1 Test or something like that. Okay, so now I've got Edit 1. Now you'll see this called Edit 1 Test. So the next thing we need to do, you need to enlarge your canvas. So if I want to do multiples of this, I need to enlarge my canvas. Before I do that, I need to duplicate my layer. So I've right clicked down there and then duplicated the layer. You can duplicate it as 4 times up here if you want, so then you've got 4 different versions of it. So you've got them ready to go. And then I go back to the background layer, image size, canvas size rather. I then make sure that my bottom left hand image is anchored in the bottom left, and then I've got to give myself enough space on my canvas to edit it, to put the other images in. So I'm going to go for this one here, I'm going to double that roughly, so say that's 110, let's make that 220, and this one, say it's 150, make that 300, and then I OK that, and I should have a canvas that's big enough to put my duplicates on. I then go to the next layer, remember it's all about the layers, and I move it across, and go to the next layer, move it up, and go to the next layer and move that up. Now they're all a bit jumbled at the moment, so I'm going to go for this one. Remember to check which layer you're on, and then go Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal. Now it links up with that one. This one, I'm going to go Edit, Transform. Let's see if Flip Vertical works. Yep, it does if I get it lined up. I think I need to flip it horizontally as well though. Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal. There we are, look. And then this, and then this one, make sure I'm on the right layer. Edit, transform, flip vertical. So now I've got a symmetrical design. Okay, the next thing I need to do is to crop this. So I'm going to go scroll down here till I find the crop tool. Now it's not showing up at the moment. That's probably because I've got the wrong thing open. I know it's probably behind there, so I click on that. We'll see the other options. There we are, crop tool. I'm going to bring it into the edge of this screen, and then I'm going to click on here to apply the crop. Done. Now I'm going to save it. File, save as. In this case I've already renamed it, so I'm going to go save, edit one, test, save. Okay, done. I've saved the JPEG, so I've got all the layers. Sorry, the Photoshop file, so I've got all the layers. Now I'm going to go File, Save As, Edit One, JPEG, Save. Yes, I want to replace it because it's there. Okay, so now I've got this one. Now what I want to do now is start to rotate things and adjust the middle. If I do that, if I'm not careful, what will happen is it'll only apply what I'm trying to do to one layer. I'll show you what I mean. So if I get a circle and roughly guess where the middle is, Shift and Alt means I draw it from the middle, and then Edit, Transform, Rotate, it's only going to take what's on that layer. Okay, we don't want that, so I'm going to click on there and not apply it. And Control D gets rid of the marching ants. So instead of using this one, I'm going to use the JPEG. I'm going to open the JPEG version, and that was the test, and that's the JPEG. And if you look at the JPEG version, which is just a picture, not a Photoshop file, hasn't got all the layers on it. Now I'm going to find the middle. Now I can guess where the middle is, or I can use the rulers. If they're not showing on your screen, you need to go View, Rulers, okay, or Control R. When you've got the rulers, you can then drag them down, and they will click. You'll feel it bump when it knows where the middle is. And it does this for layers, so you can find the middle of a circle that's on another layer. Okay, so now we've got that one in the center. We know that's the center because Photoshop's found it for us. Now I'm going to try doing a circle from the middle. So I go to the middle with my crosshairs, click on the elliptical marquee or the circle tool, and I go Shift, Alt, click, click and drag, and it comes from the middle. I have to remember to lift my thumb off or my click finger first, and then my Alt and Shift. If I do it in the wrong order, it just jumps into a different sort of position. Now I've got that. In order to put it on a new layer, Layer, New, Layer via Copy. It's also Control J. You can see the shortcut here. Control J. There you can see it's on a new layer. Edit, Transform, Rotate, sort of turn it sort of 45 or 90 degrees so we can see that, and apply it. If you want to get rid of this crosshair, these kind of rulers, it's Control and colon, or the one next to the L, Control and the two dots, CTRL and the two dots. So get rid of that. And there's something else I want you to look at. The final thing is looking at layer styles. At the moment we've got a layer and it's just on top of that. But we can make it look more interesting. We can do other things with it. So layer, style. Let's try drop shadow. You can see perhaps already there's a little tiny shadows appeared there. But if I move that size out and spread it out, it gives a kind of 3D effect. Okay, so those are the things I want you to practice today. We will try and build upon this later. There are many other things you can do, such as in layer style, such as layer style stroke, which adds a line around an object as well, which is quite a nice thing to do. Okay, if you've done that to that central bit, see if you can find the middle of it and do something else to it. So there's the middle again. I'm now going to try a square. Same thing happens, rectangular marquee, Shift, Alt, drag, Control J, and we have a square. It's actually got a drop shadow on that square, look, so I don't need to rotate it necessarily, but I can if I want. Control : gets rid of that.